job and adventure, not necessarily in that order. Listening to the Zavos' palaver, the driver learns that the skinny blonde hails from Dollar, North Dakota, wherever the hell that is. He pictures a wind-swept spot in the road with a shuttered movie house, a couple of crummy bars, and 3 or 4 grain elevators standing like old ghosts beside the railroad tracks. Maybe an out-of-business 5 and dime, and a worn-out Catholic church attended by a half-dozen old-timers. The kids have fled to the cities, Bismarck, Fargo, Minneapolis, where they believe a more exciting life is waiting for them. The driver knows, too, that the skinny blonde, formerly of Dollar, North Dakota, now lives with her sister in this seedy, south-of-the-loop neighborhood of Minneapolis. He's picked that up listening to the conversation. Tony, now a girl short at dinner time, refills the driver's cup and removes the chipped pie plate with its purple streaks of congealing blueberry filling. A dirty fork slides off the plate and clatters on the drab linoleum floor. "Where does a person go to get a toothache fixed on a Friday night?" the driver asks. It's a reasonable question, nonchalantly stated, something a guy might wonder about in casual supper-time conversation, masking his prurient interest. Tony looks at him as though he'd just noticed the customer who's been sitting on the stool behind the coffee and pie for the past 30 minutes. The driver appreciates the fact that he's one of those people other people walk past and don't remember 3 seconds later. What's to remember? There's no Jimmy Durante nose or Dumbo the elephant ears, no stammer, drawl, or highfalutin vocabulary. He's neither tall nor short, beefy or gaunt. There's no swagger, hop, or buckle in his walk. If he didn't drive a bright yellow car with a light on top, you wouldn't notice him at all. Even then, it's the car, Canary Cab number 313, that you look at, not the driver. "There's a Jew dentist on the next block, open nights and weekends," Tony says, dragging his bum leg in the direction of the kitchen door. "That's probably where she went." He dumps the driver's plate and fork into a tub of greasy water behind the counter. "Do I give a shit?" the driver hears him mutter. "Not hardly." The girl's name is Teresa Hickman, and at this moment, 5 minutes to 7 on Friday evening, April 8th, 1955, she's killing time until her 7:30 dental appointment. Teresa's sister, Grace Montgomery, put her on to Dr. Rose. Grace has gone to him a dozen odd times during the past year. She went to him at first because her teeth needed work and because his office was around the corner from the Montgomerys' apartment, and later because she developed a relationship with the man. Tonight will be Teresa's 5th visit to Rose since she moved to Minneapolis in December. The first time, in January, her jaw was sore and swollen. She had an infection that required urgent treatment. The second time, 10 days after the first, she said she was still having pain, though the swelling was gone. The third and fourth visits, she had no complaints and hasn't mentioned the visits to Grace. This evening, she told Grace she has another toothache and called the luncheonette to say she can't come in on account of it. Grace thinks she's probably lying, but decides not to make it an issue. "I hate the dentist," Terry said before the first visit in January. She wasn't referring to Dr. Rose, whom she hadn't met, but to the dentist as a scary archetype, like Jack Frost, the Headless Horseman, or the Devil, though she wouldn't have thought to use the word archetype. Grace had laughed and said, "Everybody hates the dentist, sweetie." Physically, the sisters have little in common. Grace has a mop of tightly curled ginger hair, unremarkable brown eyes, and 20 pounds more than blonde, saucer-eyed, lithe, and lissom Terry. Grace is 27, so almost 7 years older than Terry, and by most accounts, going back to their Dollar public school days, at least marginally smarter. As if that was any kind of advantage. The sisters share a small-town experience that included visits to a sadistic, silver-haired dentist in the neighboring town of Hartford. There has only recently been a 3-day-a-week dentist.